Hey there, fellas. How are you doing today? Happy Tuesday morning to you. Hopefully your morning's off to a good start. Appreciate you kicking it off right here with Winning Bets, having some coffee, talking some sports, and talking some sports betting as well. Let's go ahead and make sure we recap yesterday, see where we fell, and then let's get into some bets for today. You got Champions League in action this afternoon, followed by the NBA and the NHL later on this evening. So with that being said, we get right to the recap where all that time, all that research, everything, all for naught. You didn't make a buck or you didn't lose a buck yesterday. That's because we hit an even money bet of Jaylen Brown to go over 2.5 made three-pointers. He got the job done early in the third quarter, so a no-sweat cash right there, a plus money winner. But then we gave it back, and that's how we ended up even on the day. Wolves, Hawks under 244.5. Had a chance, relatively speaking, all game. I mean, you could have 61 points a quarter. The first quarter had 69, and then otherwise we went under that threshold in each of the remaining three quarters. We just couldn't overcome. Not a terrible first quarter. Like I said, it was only 69 points, just 8 points over the pace, but that's all she wrote. That was just enough to go ahead and make it so we couldn't stay under 244.5. The halftime line was 244.5. The line going into the fourth quarter was 246.5. So we were right there. They just started off a little. Not only did they start off hot in that fourth quarter, but it was the Hawks who also started off a little bit hot in that fourth quarter. If it would have remained how it was all game and the Wolves go into that fourth quarter up 21 points, let's say they stretch that to, instead of the Hawks cutting into it by 7, if they go from 21 to 28 points, now we know how the last couple minutes of an NBA game of a blowout is meaningless, and this was a blowout, but it would have been a 30-point blowout as opposed to, around the 20s where it was sitting most of the day. So fell a little bit short on the day right there. So, 1-1 on the day. Didn't lose a buck, didn't win a buck, so that's how that worked. And then we made some arbitrage money again. Just fantastic March Madness promos, although this one, to be fair, was for the World Baseball Classic over on Caesars, but putting free money in your pocket. We've already earned some free money this morning over on DraftKings. They did the Champions League boost. We've taken advantage of that. We know that there's another one coming this evening for a live profit boost with the March Madness play-in game. So a couple other opportunities to put some money in your pocket. All right, hope you guys are doing well. We'll hop in that comment section, see what you guys are up to on a Tuesday morning. What's up, Fish? Coffee's on point. Love it when it tastes extra good in the morning. Let's win some bets so it has that extra good feeling to it. Good call on that 1 unit play on that under. Well, good call, but it didn't cash. I don't know if it was a good call or not. It didn't cash, man. What's up, Dad? How are you doing, man? I mean, I think it was a good play regardless, Fish. It just didn't quite work out. What's up, Dad? Hope you're doing well, man. What's going on? Dwayne, you have a nice little hit. That Boston team had me yelling. What was that? Rockets. They lost the game to the Rockets? They lose to the Rockets? Didn't see that one coming. For a team that's supposedly tanking. The Rockets weren't tanking last night. Very competitive against those Celtics, which, to be fair, we needed that. I mean, we needed Jalen Brunson in a tight game, so he remained on the court. He got his normal amounts of minutes, and he put up the 3 volume that we needed to go over 2.5. So, that was a nice little hit. But, man, I'm surprised the Boston Celtics lost, too. Good morning, Tim. Morning, Tim. Hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead and just start throwing up some bets. But before we do that, I want to just talk some NFL free agency. God damn, there's so many moving pieces. How the hell are you guys even keeping track of this? Or do you guys, just like me, come NFL week 1, once you start watching some football, you do the, I didn't know that guy was a Bengal. Oh, he's a Titan? I didn't know that. That was a good pickup by the Raiders. I had no idea they picked him up. That'll be me come NFL week 1. Holy hell, guys are moving all over the place. The best wide receivers off the board, Jacoby Myers. That's a terrible wide receiver market, but Jacoby Myers is leading that group. So, Bills, they suffered a loss yesterday. Tremaine Edmonds, one of the better middle linebackers in all of the NFL. His length and speed just causes offenses terrible, so many problems. So, that's a big loss there for the Bills. We'll have to look to see how they pick him up. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the NFL free tracker. Going to be plenty of moves over the next couple of days. So, hopefully your team can improve. Let's go ahead and roll out some bets for today. Let's go ahead and throw up some soccer bets where we're going to go jump in that Champions League action today, where you've got Manchester City hosting Leipzig. I'm doing City to score 2 and Leipzig to score under 1.5 goals. Obviously, we watched the reverse fixture a few weeks ago. City could have gotten 2 goals in that game, but they were kind of just farting around. It's almost like they knew they were going to win this fixture at home, and they weren't aggressive and getting forward and getting goals. Remember watching that game, how City was just more concerned with ball possession, right? They just didn't want to give Leipzig the ball. They just wanted to retain the ball in Germany. It's going to be a different story here and say they're going to go ahead and score a couple goals. They know Leipzig has the threat, right? I mean, City dominates the first half. Leipzig then dominates the next 25, 30 minutes, and in that spell, they're able to get a goal. And then as soon as they got a goal, remember watching that on TikTok Live? As soon as Leipzig gets a goal, the game went right back to City dominating, but they didn't go forward. They didn't get a goal. They were just more in... They just wanted to maintain possession. So City's going to dominate again today like they did in that reverse fixture. Leipzig may get a goal. I know this reverse fixture from a couple of years ago was 6-3. I'm not expecting fireworks. I'm expecting a much more ball possession game from Guardiola. He's been doing that with Jack Grealish and Bernardo Silva. When he wants to possess a game and have possession, you see Grealish on the left and Bernardo Silva in the middle. I think you'll get one of, if not maybe both of those guys who'll want to possess it. You're going to get De Bruyne. He was involved in the press conference yesterday. Whenever the manager selects a player for the press conference, you know that player is then going to be involved in the game. So we're getting their playmaker back. We didn't have their playmaker in game one in Germany. So just like City, absolutely, just like City, getting the job done. For Leipzig, there is no Nkunku, so you don't have to worry about him coming off the bench. Remember, he came off the bench, and then 4 minutes later, Leipzig scored. He's a difference maker. He doesn't have to, be the one that puts the ball in the back of the net, but just his presence on the field causes problems for a defense. So City don't have to worry about Nkunku in this one. So, yeah, give me City. I think they get 2+. This is going to be a 2-0, 3-0 win. Maybe Leipzig gets a goal, and that's why you cover yourself, right, with the under 1.5, because maybe they do get a goal. But I'm expecting City to get the job done and make sure they progress on in the quarterfinals. And then Wednesday's game, we're going to take Napoli team total over 1.5. They're home to Frankfurt. Remember, their XG in the reverse fixture in Germany was 3.03. They missed a penalty kick. They were all over Frankfurt, and that was in Germany. They're going to be all over them at home. Do they need to score? Not really. Frankfurt's not really going to threaten them. They didn't do a damn thing at their home ground, but this is Champions League. You always try out your best lineup. You always put out your best performance. And in the process, they're going to get a couple goals and go ahead and seal this one and get in the quarterfinals. And then we'll go ahead and tack on, just because it's a little juicy, Brighton. Brighton in the M23 Derby on Wednesday afternoon against Crystal Palace. That's who Brighton's taking on, is Crystal Palace there on Wednesday afternoon. Well, Palace will get a goal. You could do the both teams a score angle. Hell, that's hitting 10 of the last 11 M23 derbies. But I just don't want a piece of Palace. Palace is dreadful, and I want to count on them for a goddamn thing. What has Brighton been all season long? Just been fantastic. So we'll just say Brighton gets a goal, and we'll tack that on to the Napoli team total over 1.5 goals. That's how we're going to go ahead and roll for the next couple days in the Champions League. And then, like I said, Premier League. There are a couple Premier League games. I already did research this weekend's over 1.5 goal parlay in the Bundesliga. So I purchased that this morning. So we'll go ahead and, of course, throw that up on the screen. We'll take 3 games in the Bundesliga. It starts Friday afternoon there in the Gladbach versus Werder Bremen game. And then a couple matches on Saturday to go ahead and round out basically an even money cash right there in the Bundesliga. So see if we can't hit another one of those. And, of course, we came off 2-0 this past weekend and cashing over 1.5 parlay. So look to keep that going. What are you guys betting on soccer? Comments are rolling by. Let's see what we got. Yeah, they lost by 2. Yeah. You were wanting to do 2 units. Oh, good call, because I was wanting to do 2 units. Yeah, that was a good call. That was a good call. Yeah, good thing we didn't do 2 units on that one. You did over 1.5. I did do over 1.5 for City, if that's what you're asking. I think City gets over 1.5. I think City gets over 1.5. Morning, Corey. Morning. Morning, Ross. Got the clock situation figured out. Morning, Brian. And good morning to Jen. Let's keep on rolling. No reason to hold back anytime. Let's go ahead and throw up some NBA bets. You guys have already bet Fred VanVleet, right? You guys bet it, right? You can get this price at MGM or DraftKings. I picked it up on DraftKings, but you can also get the plus 105 price over on MGM. What are we talking about here, fellas? So we bet this, what was it, 3 times last week, went 3-0. The one Monday was against these Nuggets. We know the Nuggets are worse. They're still worse. I looked them up. They allowed 9.1 assists per game to the point guard position. Dead last in the NBA. Over the last 14, it's up to 12.3. They're just getting eat up by point guards, assisting and, being the distributor against their defense. So, how can you not like it? We know it's 8-0. We know we're 3-0. And we know we're getting back to another dream matchup that got an easy cash. I think he ended that game with 14 assists, if I recall correctly, against the Denver Nuggets. So, love everything about it. And then remember, what did we do on last Monday? We cashed Nikola Jokic under 10.5 assists in that same game with Fred VanVleet, so we'll run that one back. It's actually gotten a little bit better. We're not just blindly betting this stuff. The Raptors' defense has gotten worse at defending the center position from a points and field goal percentage. It's gotten worse since last Monday. So maybe this is an opportunity where, last time we won it with 9 assists. Maybe he has a little bit less. And then obviously this is a great opportunity for Jokic, to get points. He's a little bit unreliable, so I don't want to go that angle. I just want to stay with this assist angle because the Raptors remain excellent at limiting the assists to the center position. It's 5.2 per game. We know he's going to go over 5.2 just to the nature of how teams defend him. So he will go over the team average. But once again, it's just a really good spot. And then it's a little bit even a better spot for him to maybe even get some points. So that's what we'll go ahead and lean on right there. And then for the other one, Nick Claxton, our guy, Nick Claxton, he's back, baby. An old friend of his coming back into our lives. Over 2.5 blocks. It's cashed in 6 of his last 8. He played the Thunder back in January where he got 4 blocks in that game. And the Thunder are dead last. Let me repeat that. The Thunder are dead last in blocks allowed to the center position at 2.4 per game. Over the last 14, it balloons to 4.0 blocks per game to the center position. Again, it's cashed in 6 of his last 8. Got an easy cash in January. How can you not like Nick Claxton to over 2.5 blocks at -105 over on DraftKings? Let's throw one more bet up on the screen. This one will be, we talk about juice reducers sometimes, right? That's why sometimes you make parlays, is to bring down the juice. That we've used that strategy. This is not a juice reducer. This is a line reducer. Our guy Michael Backlund, we know him from Friday night, remember? Had cashed 10 of his 11. Well, now it's 11 of his last 13 because he got a cash on Friday. He missed on Sunday, and somebody actually IM'd me on Twitter on Sunday saying, hey, are we playing Backlund? I see he's in action today. And I said, no, we're not. And they come back to me and go, why not? We cashed him on Friday night. We just don't blindly bet shit around here. We got to wait for a good matchup. He's taking on those Phoenix Coyotes. They allow the second most shots in the NHL. We know the Flames take the second most shots in the NHL. What I mean by a line reducer is over on, you can look at the bet slip here, over on Bet Rivers or Barstools, you get it at 2.5 shots on goal. FanDuel, DraftKings, and PointsBet, they're all at 3.5. So get on over to Barstools, get on over to Bet Rivers, and get you a slice of that 2.5. Now we got to bring the juice down. We'll bring it down with the Wizards beating the Pistons. Congratulations to the Pistons. You got a rare win last night against the Pacers. I can't imagine you do that consecutive nights and on the back end of a back-to-back, traveling to Washington against a team that's already beat you twice, right? The Wizards have won this matchup already 2 times this season. They're 2-0 against the Pistons, and now they're getting them in a sweet spot. So we'll take the Wizards against the Pistons, and then I'll take City to go through. Not to win the game, City to go through. We don't need a lot of juice reducers, just need a little bit. So we'll just do City to go through. So you do that. Now you go down to -103. So love that right there. Backlund, -103 over 2.5 shots on goal. And that's all she wrote for me in terms of today's bets. So we've got 5 bets. We've got the soccer parlay, essentially in the Man City game. It's a 2-legged parlay, same game parlay. 3 NBA plays, and then his NHL shots on goal play there by Backlund. That's how we're rolling today, fellas. Looking to have us a nice day. Looking to have a nice day. All right, anything else in the comment section? If you do want to know, Enter's in action against Porto. I had a couple of people ask me my feelings on that. It's the same thing I felt a few weeks ago when the under 2.5 cashed super easy. I think under 2.5 is going to cash again. It's just when you get into these second legs, you can see where an under gets, wrecked relatively easy, right? All it takes is a goal by each team, and now you're screwed for an under. So while I like under 2.5 and Porto and Enter again and think it'll come in nice and easy like it did in leg 1, I just can't quite bet it, but I know, maybe you guys are looking for a parlay piece or something out there. But, yeah, that's how I feel in Enter Porto. I wouldn't really try to predict a winner. I mean, Enter should win, but they didn't do a goddamn thing much on their home ground. A few weeks ago, they squeaked past Porto. So who's to say Porto can't get the job done at their home ground? I'm not interested in picking a winner, but I do think that game stays under 2.5, but obviously not confident enough to bet it. But those are my thoughts on that game. All right, fellas, looks like that's it. No comments. Everybody's ready to go make some money on this great Tuesday. Who's betting over 2.5 in both teams to score in Liverpool Real Madrid tomorrow? Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Everybody's on that bet. I've already seen that bet given out a gazillion. You won't see me give that bet out. I'm not giving that bet out. I liked under 2.5 in the first leg. Obviously, that came nowhere near hitting under 2.5 in the first leg. But I think that's more of an outlier, and I'll get back to more of what has been common in this head-to-head between Real Madrid and Liverpool. Look, Real Madrid doesn't need to get forward. They got 3-goal advantage. All they need to do is know that Liverpool is going to come out for the first 15, 20 minutes and try and jump all over them. Real Madrid's just got to weather the storm for 15, 20 minutes. I think they'll come out defensive, knowing what to anticipate from Liverpool, absorb that pressure for the first 15, 20 minutes, and then you'll just see a dumb, meaningless game that'll go under 2.5 if I had to take a guess. Maybe I add that to the card. I think that's at a good plus money price. Really good plus money price, actually. But we'll see. We got time to decide. But I will not be on both teams to score in over 2.5 like it seems like the whole world is on tomorrow. So you won't find me on that bet. And then obviously we do have a bet for the Napoli-Frankfurt game. So those are the Champions League bets. There's one more Premier League game in action on Wednesday. It's Southampton versus Brentford. We'll see. We'll see if there's a card angle. We'll see if there's a corner angle. But right now, yeah, I'm not interested in betting Southampton versus Brentford at all at the moment. So that's how I'm rolling with, fellas. I think we've got a great same-game parlay in this Manchester City-Leipzig game, followed up by, we just need the NBA to be cool. Man, it was so goddamn good to us last week. It was always following the research, you know. We just need the NBA to be cool again. Fred VanVleet, Jokic, and Claxton to come through for us. And then Backlund. Just do what you do, man. Just do what you do. Find the back of the net, hit it. So, all right. You took Porto to score first. It's hard not to like that. It's hard not to like that. When a team's got to go for it, you know, that's going to be such a boring game because, you know, Porto doesn't want to go for it from the jump, right? They don't want to get hit on the counter and all of a sudden be down 2-0 on an aggregate. So, I mean, do they go for it in the second half? Is that first half just going to be dumb, meaningless? I don't know. That's, boy, that first leg was just so boring. Such an easy under 2.5 cash. I think it's going to be a lot of the same way. So, let's hope Porto can score first. New York Knicks on that money line. They're taking on the Portland Trailblazers. Damian Lillard is game time decision. So, I'm not sure how you jump on that bet, Dejent. Knowing Damian Lillard's game time decision. You do get Nurkic back, so that makes them a little bit stronger. But I mean, without Lillard, I mean, I'm not sure how you even pull a trigger on that one quite yet. So got to hold off. Got to see what Lillard's status is for me for sure, and I'm sure for you as well. You know, if Lillard plays, the Knicks certainly have some of the advantages. It'll be a tight game. It'll be a tight game, but yeah, obviously. Yeah, you got to wait on. You got to wait on Damian Lillard. So, all right, fellas, go ahead and take a screenshot. Go ahead and lock in all these bets. Come on today, some of them on Saturday, Friday. Lock it on in. I look forward to seeing you guys at the cash counter. Come on back tomorrow. Let's talk some more Champions League action then and roll out some more Wednesday NBA and NHL bets. Appreciate you, fellas. Have yourself a great day.